anything that has to do with young adults. So what is it this week that we want to talk about that has to do with young adults? Something that's been kind of irking at me is social media. What do you guys think?
Social media.
It's a big topic.
It plays a major role in our life, I believe. You know, am I the only one who, in the morning, they wake up, and I know the first thing I should be doing as a Christian is to pray, but the first thing I would do is reach at my bedstand for my phone and look at my post.
I feel like every human does that.
I'm not the only one that does that.
My excuse is I want to check the time, but at the same time I'm checking for notifications. Do I have anybody looking for me?
Literally.
Yeah.
Not me.
Why?
No.
What do you do to me?
Oh, you're normal.
I am a bit.
But like, if we're talking about normality, like
he's the abnormal one in this case, actually.
No, yeah, because things have changed now. But for me, like it's not like I wake up and then first thing I'm like, oh, pray. I'm not that kind of person, but like I'm not big into social media.
That's interesting.
It's something that I'm totally against. I do not applaud people who put pictures of their kids on social media. It's a no-no for me. Like I'm that kind of person.
Why is that?
If I get married to a woman and she put my child's picture on Instagram, divorce straight away.
Toby, that's a bit extreme.
I'm an extremist like that. That's a little thing
For what reason?
I feel like you see, social media has changed the whole scene. Growing up, right? For example, you see, we're all here chilling. If I was to come to your house for the first time, it'll take a certain amount of like love between us for you to bring out your family photos. You know that.
Yeah.
You bring it out. You never remember your mom will bring a picture of you when you're young. Go and show. She won't show it to that guy who came to disturb people. You know that. She won't show it to people who she's happy to have. You know, who she welcomes.
Yeah.
But now it's different.
It's true.
Like celebrities who someone just wake up one morning. The first thing, the picture of the child that's only like 24 hours old is on social media. That child, you've not given that child the opportunity to decide if they want to be part of that social media generation. Straight away they're born into it. No option, no nothing. For me, that's very rude. That's sad.
I know one of the things that a lot of people use social media for is keeping in contact with people. Mm-hmm. Don't you think that's a benefit as opposed to you saying...
I still send postcards. Postcards. I still send them. I'm old school. Yeah.
I have a friend like that, yeah.
No, old. It's just nicer. Like, let's be honest, right? The guy who created Facebook actually didn't have friends. You know that? So I've got enough friends. Why do I need to have something to feel like I have more friends? Like, I didn't actually know that people do count the amount of friends they have on Facebook.
It's not a bad thing because, like, you know, I have friends abroad, like, all over the world, and I would not be able to, you know, speak to them as quickly as I can if I didn't have Facebook or other, you know, media, like, you know, other outlets, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't feel
like...
to
connect with old friends, I feel like, yeah, that's cool. But you don't wake up in the morning to check your Facebook.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
No.
It's become so part of our lifestyle that people just feel like I know people who are only on social media to actually hate on people. They go on it, stop people.
True.
I know a guy who will tell you everything about your life. Because you've actually put it there for him. To be able to say, you know, you're this kind of person. And it's always right at the end of the day. That's how sad it is.
Yeah.
Based on your profile, your Instagram, your Snapchat. Like, now, let's bring it down to African this thing. I'm kidnappers, right? Their job now, so I wish I could be a kidnapper. Because I don't have to look for you. I don't have to look for you. You tell me where you are, and I'm like, oh yeah, 10 o'clock, we're going to get him. Let's go. Do you know how easy that is?
Do you know they post this thing on Facebook for kids where they look for a vulnerable child? Like it's some kind of way of telling what kind of child is on Facebook and all of that. They post, some guy would go on Facebook and go, okay, I'm your dad's friend, or I want to get to know you, I want to be your friend, whatever, and the child will respond saying, okay, let's be friends. Person will send back, what's your address, I want to come say hi to you, are your parents home? Child will respond, no, you can come by, send the address. Kid hops into the car and they drive off, and the parents are there because the parents are fully aware of what's going on, but the whole idea is to prove that your child is actually on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media, actually giving out all. It was some, I don't even know if it was a document, it was just some trial or test thing that they did with parents.
Why would you let your kid on Facebook?
Parents, you know not all parents know their kids are on Facebook.
My mom didn't know what Bieber was, and I was on it.
Yeah. My Facebook page was set up by my dad. That was my permission from my dad to say, you can be on Facebook, and this is the reason I'm giving you the permission to be on Facebook. Half my family were in Nigeria. I'd moved to Ireland, and he just came to join us in Ireland. And he said, your aunts are missing you. They're all on Facebook. You don't have a connection to them unless you want to take my phone and call them. And it's not every time I want to speak to my aunt I'm going to be looking for my dad to grab his phone that, okay, I want to talk to my auntie. So she's on Facebook. You can join Facebook and talk to her. But when you're adding friends, know the people you're adding. And that's how I started Facebook.
So at what age then is it okay to be on a social media platform, network, anything?
Well, the restrictions are there for a reason.
Yeah, but what age do you think is appropriate then?
18.
18?
Why 18?
Because, alright, let's talk about social media bullying. Like, a lot of kids actually kill themselves because of the bullying they get on social media. Do you know how easy it is to hurt someone?
Yeah.
Just by typing. And you're having the worst part. I always feel like bullies on social media, they probably have popcorn, big kind of coke on one hand, and then they go, gonna ruin your life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people, I mean, in Europe, little kids, they take their life just because of one idiot that you've never met before. I know they said doing is just throwing words at you. And I always feel like sometimes people don't protect their family. Like, I'm very protective of my family. I'm the kind of person that I really put stuff on Facebook. And when we're going to put something, maybe it was like, okay, yeah, cool, this. But I would never make Facebook represent who I am in life.
Yeah.
I remember sometimes when I started doing all this, like, being funny and stuff like that, I used to always, like, crack jokes on Facebook. And then I stopped. I said, if you want to get to meet the funny Toby, well, you see me face. They told me on Facebook is just a normal guy. And it's very even hard to find me on it. Do you know what I mean? So
your address on Facebook for us to know.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like there's so many things that go on with social media that it's not. I don't think we socialize as human beings.
I think the idea behind social media in the first place was for people to connect. They're platforms for people to connect. But the question is, are we actually connecting? Like we're connected, but disconnected at the same time. Because I can guarantee you, if you go to a party even, and the party is meant to be for people to socialize, but everybody you're supposed to be talking to are there, but you're still on your phone.
This is what we always do. Let me show you. Snapchat.
We out chat. We're partying. Oh, get me in.
Like that fun. Nice to meet you. Like.
Yeah.
I played a game with a couple of my friends. We went out and I said we'll put our phones on the table. Yeah. Anyone who picks up their phone will have to pay for the meal.
Nobody will pick up.
No, everyone was like, nah, that can't work. And some guy said, listen, this is very important. When someone calls us, I was like, nah, let's see how long we can all go. All my friends actually, a lot, and we were like guys who have moved on, we all left college. They actually said to me, like, yeah, that was really nice, man. We actually had a good time. Because we were able to, laugh as human beings, relate to each other. Yeah. But with social media, there's so much. Like, I know someone who they'll say they're friends on Instagram. Get man, follow me. I follow her too,
Why didn't you
follow
her?
Like, have you ever said hello to her in real life? She wouldn't want to say hello. She'll think I'm interested in her. But I'm like, well, you are kind of like, because you're liking her pictures and she's liking yours. Just say hello. But nah, social media works well. And I just found out you can even DM people. Thanks to that song, it goes down in the DM. I didn't know what DM meant.
Direct messaging.
This is a direct message to you. How you doing? That's how I see it.
That is the nicest DM I've ever received.
Leave it there, I mean, I told you. That's how I feel. I just feel like social media sometimes, it goes on and on and on. People now buy likes. Do you know how sad that is? You can buy likes.
Buy
followers on Instagram, Snapchat. Yeah.
Hey.
You can buy views on Snapchat.
No.
People argue about how many people view their things.
You're kidding. You're not. This is not serious.
This is so you people that even use social media, I even know more than you. Maybe I'm lying there. I don't social media. But there you go. I'm being honest. You can actually do all those kind of things.
Oh wow. Okay, so it seems Toby has his very, very strong views about social media and all the social media platforms. We'll be right back where we'll talk a lot more about social media, and I have a few stats for us to see how we feel about those. See you soon. So I've got 3 stats here, and I'd like to take them in turn and just see how we feel about these and have a little discussion on them as well. So the first one is 52% of online teens say social media has helped their friendship.
Friendship with who though?
Oh, come on, Toby. Like, they're friends.
On
Obviously.
Facebook. The friends on social media are the friends in real life.
That's the question.
I don't. That's.
How is it helped the 52% of these teenagers are saying social media has helped their friendship?
I can completely and utterly understand that. Because they live in a generation now where, like, the whole entire world for them has become a virtual place. And if you have a friend in real life and you're not getting to see them or talk to them as much as you would or whatever, since the whole world is now virtual, you can just do it like you normally would. Whereas like back in our day, like let's go outside and play whatever. Whereas now, like, it's just easier for them to message or Facebook chat.
But I feel like, why is it so much easier? Like, if you said like back in our day, that makes me feel so
You're old.
But yeah, it actually is, because I don't remember. I've never at the age of 7 or 8. I know 7, 8-year-olds now that have phones.
Or Snapchat, yes.
And have Snapchats. Like, that's ridiculous. At age 7, I was actually physically playing with my friends. We would go out. At age 7, I had moved to Ireland, so we would go out.
I remember it's the job of the parent to encourage their children, to go out.
Yeah.
Not to dwell on, social media.
I totally agree with that.
Like, it is the parents to be like, hey, give me your phone. Go play outside.
Yeah.
You can go out on social media now. Your friend can take you out. You just have live stream.
Wow. Actually go out, get some fresh air, play ball, cycle. Parents should encourage their children.
Parents don't even have to buy a phone for a 7-year-old.
No, you don't.
Is the point, but like it does come down to the parent, especially at that age. I mean, come on.
But I think it kind of affects, in that regard with kids, it kind of affects their health as well, as far as I'm concerned. Because if a child is sitting at home, like we're saying, when we were 7, 8 years old, we would be outside playing, and that outside playing is actual exercise for us. But when it comes to kids of this generation and this day and time, they're all sitting at home, sitting inside, playing PlayStations. By the way, I find all these part of social media as well, because you can actually communicate with people on the Xbox and PlayStations and stuff as well. When you're playing games, you're connecting with somebody live streaming.
I wouldn't call that social media though.
It's part of connecting with people. Yeah. Then, stat number 2. 88% of teens, again, say that being online helps them stay in touch with friends and that they don't see regularly. So we've gone from 52 of them saying it helps their friendship and 88 of them saying they stay in touch with friends they don't see regularly. Do we agree with that?
The stats was done by a child that was 9.
It
just sounded like, because people don't stay in contact with their friends. My sister went to school with kids. I mean, the people she went to primary school with. MIU.
Yeah, but that's because they don't use social media.
They are all on Snapchat. They see even that's your one's
I would use it to to stay in touch with my friends like all over the world.
That's because you didn't grow up with it.
Can we actually define, just because we're saying Snapchat, can we define what stayed in touch means? Because with Snapchat, are we staying in touch with people just because we're watching their snaps?
Kinda.
Well, Snapchat has made it so, sorry to interrupt you, Snapchat has made it so easy that when you're watching a story, you can actually send a message. So if I see my friend on the top of the Eiffel Tower, I'll be like, dude, what are you doing up there? And I might not have talked to them for 2 years, but then the fact that I see that they're doing this one thing, like, what are you doing up there? They tell me why, and I'll be like, so how have you been?
You're actually having a conversation. What I'm saying is, just, for example, you're on the Eiffel Tower, and I see you on the Eiffel Tower, just because I'm watching that snap, does that mean I'm keeping in touch with you?
It's just gonna help. Maybe that's just gonna give you a motive to like keep in touch. You know what I mean? But really, people don't keep in touch with each other. To be honest with you, that's why I said that all that starts. I feel like you just go and do your research. Where it's one child I would have. All these students are always lie. They don't give the answer.
I honestly feel like people do stay in touch. Use social media to stay in touch. Because I have my group on Snapchat, on Facebook. And we would chat every day because I was on a year abroad studying. So I have friends from all over, and we basically, just go on there and, chat and, see how everyone is doing. And if someone is over in Dublin, because actually I have a friend coming down, I knew through social media that she was coming down to Ireland, and I was like, hey, do you want to meet up? Yeah. So it can be a positive thing.
Yeah, and that stat said 88% of online teens. I'm sure if they did a test for adults, it would be so much higher.
It
would be so much higher. But that's just to say that that's the way everything is moving towards now. Yeah. So by the time those teens that they tested or asked or whatever, by the time they grow up into adulthood, it would be so much more than 88%. It would probably be bordering on 100%.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But still be a lie that they're lying, I'm just being honest. Just let's put that out there. They're not giving you right stats. They're just chatting stuff that we do keep in contact with our friends, but really they only keep in contact with people who, like I said, birds are flock together. I mean, wherever you do, you flock together.
Mm-hmm.
Most kids out there, teenagers, if I see a guy who wears nice tracksuits,
right,
dresses well, the way I want to dress is my friend. That's how it starts. Start following people who you want to dress like them. They follow you back because they say, this guy, we think alike. They're not really friends.
No, I totally disagree with that, Toby. Isn't that how life works? You see somebody that you're like, I like the way they think, or I like the way they dress. I'm going to have a conversation with them. Isn't that how actual friendship off of all virtual platforms, isn't that how it actually starts? So why would you expect it to be any different?
I don't really think the same with my friends, and I would not really like to have a friend who's exactly like me.
So for all the friends that you have, apart from the ones that you were forced to become friends with from things like school or church or whatever, how do you become friends with them? How did you become friends with them?
It must have been something you had in common.
But that's the thing, take away work and school and religion or church or whatever it is that you go to, what else makes you become a friend with a person?
It's the character. I don't think it's what we have.
Yeah, but the character has to mesh with yours. Even when we're talking about work, not necessarily everybody you go to work with or you work with will be your friend. There are a selected group of people that you say, he's my friend, he's my friend.
I like the way he is.
There's something about
that. But that doesn't mean we do the same things. It's like someone who's not funny liking me because I'm funny. Do you get what I mean? That doesn't mean they're funny.
Yeah, but you have that sense of humor.
That's what he likes about me.
Yeah, so he must have a sense of humor for him to like you, and you have a sense of humor to be able to crack jokes. So that's one thing you have in common.
Okay, that's
so true. Together, you're people with senses of humor.
Okay, you guys took me back on that.
We won! We've done it.
Why are you celebrating? We're still talking about these kids on social media.
What about them? How are they misbehaving?
For me, I feel like, you need to have... I would personally like to say this to all the viewers out there. Seriously, mommy, take your child.
Tell them.
Mommy, take your child. If she or Bimbo, they are always going to their room at 10 o'clock and they don't sleep to 12. Mommy, they are on Snapchat and Instagram. You need to check them and speak to them. Tell them they should wait till they enter college and they can get on it.
College. What are you talking about?
But mommy, protect Sheyi and Bodaji. Trust me. Protection is better than cure. No,
what are you protecting them from?
From being bullied on social media. Okay,
can I be honest?
Not everybody that.
Can I be honest with you? I agree with him to a certain extent. I watched this movie just a few weeks ago, and it was about a young girl. We're talking about, and she was pretty much a teenager herself. She just turned 18, so she felt she had the freedom to do what she wants and all of that. And her boyfriend, she lived in the UK. This is in the movie. She lived in the UK. Her boyfriend lived in the US. This is a guy that she met through Facebook. And then she started Skyping him. And she said, I really like you. The guy was always inviting her over, going, I want you to come over to see me in the US, blah, blah, blah. Bought her ticket. She said to her mom, I have a boyfriend. He's in the US. How did you meet? We met online. So how is he your boyfriend? I like him. He wants me to come to the US. Booked my ticket. The mother said no. When the mom went out to work, she grabbed her bags, left a note for her mom. I'm going to the US, don't care what you say. And she left, took a flight, and went to the US. Her mom had no clue where she's going. This is all through for the fact that she met the guy on Facebook. At the end of the day, what ended up being was that the guy didn't kill her, but he wanted to.
She should have killed her. Good for her.
I'm telling you,
she ended up in the guy's house in the US, feeling like a boss, going, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm in the US. He lived in a big, massive house, so he was loaded. Turns out she thought he was 20, I think 23 or something. Guy was 30 something.
Mm-hmm.
So he was telling her I'm a 23-year-old. On his birthday, when he invited his friends over to have dinner, by her request, was when she found out his real age.
Question 1. Right? Okay, not even a question, a statement. She's dumb.
Well, clearly, but that's what we're saying.
No, I feel like that's not fair because you can't take one person's stupidity or a minority of people's stupidity and then generalize it across the entire population. It doesn't make sense. There are a lot of teenagers even that are smart with how they use social media. So we can't say because of the stupid ones that we should not allow the rest of them on who are using it for very, very intellectual purposes, things that make proper sense that you will even see it and you'll be like, whoa.
Up until I was like 17, my mom had my Facebook password. And she would go in there and check it. She would go in there and check it.
Shout out to your mom, by the way.
Can I just say
she would go in there and check it, and she still has it, but she, I'm grown now, and she obviously she doesn't check it.
Change it. Come on.
Everyone in my family, I have nothing to hide. Everyone in my family knows my password.
That's all well and good, and that's
hide.
the relationship you have with your mom. Kids fake relationship with their parents to get what they want, and I'm saying this from experience of people I knew that did this. I say I knew them because they are no longer in my life, and for a very good reason. I knew a girl who gave her parents her Facebook password, other social media passwords, and said, "Mom, Dad, these are my passwords."
Did they ask for it or did she purposely just give it to them?
Whether they, I don't know, whether they asked or she gave it to them, but it was her way of saying, "Trust me." And she wanted to look good in front of her parents and and the parents' friends. Her friends knew what she was really. So stat number 3 then, and this is all relating to teens, online teens. So 57% of online teens report making new friends online.
Okay.
Is that appropriate? That your new friends you're making online, but who are these friends that you're making? Again, going back to your question, who are these people?
New people that they don't know, they don't know maybe they are serial killers who are painting themselves to be.
How safe is that?
Else,
I think it's again how you use it.
Yeah.
It's definitely how you use it because there are young people that, especially like in Ireland for example, because we have this whole third culture situation. Whereas like I'll know Nigerian children, people my age, let's say for example, I grew up in Cork, but I knew Toby from Longford. Like how did that happen? Okay, I'm sure like it's because like I went to Longford or something at some point.
No,
but
we met in church. Let's
yeah, but like
we met in church.
The way that society has changed and transformed is that if I know somebody that knows, I was in your church because I went to Longford because I knew Lara. That's how that worked. But now it's like bringing it to a social media level. Or if I see somebody's Snapchat story and I see them all the time, it's like, oh, who's your friend?
Yeah.
That's using it appropriately. I'm not saying like it's right or wrong, but that's using it appropriately as opposed to adding some random person and being like, I'm trying to be your friend. Do you know what I mean?
So let's take the people that have like thousands of friends on Facebook. Are you saying they actually know every single one of them?
No.
Some people might. Who am I to judge? I don't know. Some people might. Some people travel a lot and they meet a lot of people.
What are the things that we feel we should, if we had the opportunity, what would we change? Or what do you feel is going to be better about any of these platforms?
I already said it. Mommy, it's your child is not on Facebook. Your shiz.
But how do you, there we go, like how are you
talk to them
restrict
about it.
this?
Talk to them. You see, don't be like, I feel like you don't have to tell them, listen, do not do it. Just tell them, listen, I'm not saying you can't have Facebook, just wait till you're in college. Like, I believe the kid would actually be like, yeah, I want to wait.
To me, that's like saying you don't have a boyfriend and like
my younger sister
that
was like that. I remember my sister used to go out with her friends, and I said to her, I said, yeah, so what do you guys do when I go out? And she was like, well, they drink, but I don't drink. And I was like, why? She goes, I just want to wait till I'm 18. It wasn't like she was trying to like please anyone. It's just, I believe it was maybe because she knew I'd given that up. Just wait till you're 18 and you're grown up to go to do something right. You know?
Yeah, but that's because drinking under the age of 18 is illegal.
But like, do you know the young people actually drink and their parents approve of it and they actually don't drink to get drunk?
Yeah.
People are from elite families and stuff like that.
It would make it illegal though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't misbehave. Same way with social media. Like, people always believe that these kids don't misbehave, but I just feel like parents, tell your kids about it. Wait till you're in college so you're matured enough to at least handle bullying. Like, kids already face bullying in school. So just stick to it like that.
But I also feel that social media can be used like to raise awareness of, do you guys remember the ALS water bucket challenge?
The ice bucket
there's
challenge.
different things like that. Like last week we had the campaign in Pretoria, in the Pretoria High School, where they were saying they had a policy that young female girls had to, black female girls had to straighten their hair. And basically I just used my Facebook as a means of spreading that awareness. So for me, Facebook should be something like that, raising awareness.
And use like
using it, on current issues. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
I think like when it comes down to things, it's like it's an extension of who you are. Like I was saying earlier, it's our world has become just virtual, really. So it's an extension of who you are. My problem with Facebook and any social media is when people start to become who they're not, or pretend to be something they're not. I feel like okay, if you're gonna do it, fair enough, but be who you are on it. Like. And there's no pretense about it. Like, if this is going to be an extension of who you are or your life or whatever, say it like it is, do it like it is, take photos as they are, as opposed to, like, everything else that comes with all of the social media.
Filters are great, aren't they?
Yes, some of them.
I personally think it's just using these platforms absolutely sensibly.
Yeah.
It's a case where these platforms were created for a reason. And they were created, the people that created them did not create them for them to be used or misused. In a word, they were created to be used for particular reasons and for particular purposes. So we need to use them for those reasons and use them sensibly. And on that note, we're going to say social media is not bad, it's not good. It just depends on how you use it. So please use it wisely. And as you're using it, tweet us on Convo_time and Facebook Convotime.